Hello, good morning everyone. My name is John Codina and I'm gonna make a new version of the surface ring tutorial that it's already on my channel on YouTube. I'm gonna make it now in Rhino 5 and with my voice. The first one doesn't have any sound at all. Basically it's about a ring made with 5 different profiles and that it's kind of elastic. Okay, I'm going to start by making a circle. Okay, circle, center of circle is going to be 0 enter, but I'm going to place the pointer of the mouse on the front viewport. Alright, usually when doing jewelry we start with the front viewport when doing rings actually. Anyway, diameter is going to be 18, which is the most common measurement. Enter, and now as you can see we have just a circle. Right, now I'm gonna place a point, single point, on the top of the curve. To find the exact point of the curve, I need to check here on the snaps quadrant. Okay, this one. Now I can find the quadrant point, the point on the top. Alright, I can maximize the front viewport, sorry, if it's better. I'm going to select only the point and I'm gonna make a polar array. Polar array, it's here. If we open this menu, we find it here, polar array. Also mind that if you cannot find this button, you can always type it down. So, sorry, it's array polar. You see here, array polar. It's going to ask us for the center of the polar array. The center of the polar array is going to be 0 enter. The number of items, in this case we're going to make 5 copies, so it's going to be 5 and enter. And the angle to fill, as we want to make a complete ring, is going to be 360. Okay, so now we have 5 points, 5 points on a circle. Alright, okay then, so now we can close this menu here. We're going to draw a box that more or less it's going to be, we can activate now the grid snap box that is going to be like 4 mil per 2 mil. Okay, just mind that this is like a reference. Okay, we're not going to use this. Also mind that we are not making this tutorial in the fastest way. This is like a training tutorial, so the purpose of this tutorial is that you can see as many tools as possible. Okay, of course you are more than welcome that ask for questions in my YouTube channel, okay, or send me an email if you want. Anyway, I'm gonna make 5 copies of this box, of this rectangle. Sorry, copy is here. So sorry, let's start again. Select the object, copy, and point to copy from. Let's click on here for instance, and I'm gonna make 5 copies. Okay, the moment that we don't want to copy anymore, just right click on the mouse. Okay, and that's it. We're going to uncheck now the grid snap and we're going to select another layer. So far we've been working with the black layer. It's the default layer. I'm going to click here and I'm going to select the red one. The idea is that now here we're going to draw some profiles inside. So we're going to make like a kind of organic profiles. We can open this menu and we can select this one or this one. I mean, you're free to use any tool you want, but I strongly recommend to use this one. I'm going to show you the difference between this one and this one. The first one, if I just left click, left click, left click, you see it doesn't really follows the position where I've clicked. Alright, then right click to cancel, well, sorry, to accept, and then the second one, you see it really follows the positions where I've clicked, right? So I prefer to use the second one, so I'm going to use the second one. The idea is to make different profiles inside. It doesn't really matter if it goes down that way. This is just like a reference, alright? Just to make sure that all the profiles are more or less the same size. I'm gonna make something different. Well, that was not really different. I'm gonna select the profile and click on control points here, so I can modify the profile. Okay. Escape twice just to remove the control points, and I'm gonna copy this one because you don't really have to make a new one every time. You can just select one, copy, and modify the existing one. It's faster and it's more or less the same. It's really up to you, depends on what do you want to do really. I'm gonna make a new one now. And alright, so for instance, something like this. Now I'm going to select the first one, and I'm going to move from the centroid point of that rectangle. To find the central point, I need to check this box and place the pointer of the mouse on the perimeter of the square. So you see now it's finding the central point. Point to move from that center point, and point to move to is going to be that point. Okay, I'm doing it again. I actually need to do the same with all of them. I'm going to select the second one, move, point to move from that centroid point, point to move to one of those points, and the same centroid, and whoops, point to move from that centroid point, and now that point again, point to move from centroid, come on, point, okay, centroid, point. Alright, now they are in the position where they have to be, but they are not perpendicular to the curve. I need to rotate them. I just need to select the first one. I can do it in perspective. Actually, maybe it's better to keep these 4 viewports open. I'm going to select the first one and rotate, which is this one. Rotate 2D so far. Okay, rotate 2D, so that means left click. Center of rotation is going to be that point. Okay, first reference point, I'm going to place the pointer looking that way, and I'm going to press shift, so ortho is on. Okay, so that's the first reference point, and the second reference point is this one, also with shift. Okay, it's the same with the other ones. So I'm going to select the profile, rotate to the center of rotation. I'm going to remove the center reference point. So center of rotation is going to be that point, first reference point with shift that way, second reference point, shift that way, and the same. Select the object, center of rotation is going to be that point, first reference point and second reference point. Okay, center of rotation, looking for the point, first reference point one way and second reference point the other way. Just mind that the only thing that matters is this angle. So far I've been doing it like this. So the first reference point is that point and the second reference point is in this direction, but doesn't really matter. So I can select the profile, rotate to the center of rotation that point, and the first reference point can be this one as well, or that one, or that one. Okay, So first reference point, second reference point. Okay. The only thing that matters is the angle. Okay, we're almost done. You see now, this it's the measurement of the finger. Okay, the ring rail. If I make a ring going that way, the ring is going to be smaller, so it will not fit the actual finger. Okay. So I need to select the profile and raise it up. So I select the profile, click on move, and I need to find the middle point of this line. So I'm moving from this to this. Alright, and the same with the other ones. From the middle point of the straight line to the last centroid point. Okay, and in that case it's going to be going down. So I'm moving from this point to that point. Okay, now it's better, but the only one that is really okay is the one on the top. These ones are not perpendicular to the curve. I need to place them perpendicular to the curve. To do so, I'm gonna go back to front viewport, and I'm gonna make a pentagon. It's here in the polygon. Number of sides has to be set on 5. Forget about this so far. Okay, center of polygon, 0, enter. And now the only thing that I have to make sure is that the top vertex of the pentagon is looking up. So I need to press shift at the moment. It doesn't matter if I click on here, here or here, because the only thing that is important now is the angle, not the size of this pentagon. So I'm gonna click here, for instance. Okay, so now I'm gonna select one profile, and I'm gonna click on rotate 2D, which is here. Left click, center of rotation is going to be this point. It doesn't really matter if it's a middle point or an end point. If you have end point, it's the same. Okay, it doesn't matter, it's fine. So center of rotation, this point. First reference point, straight up. Second reference point, that end point. Okay. Select this one now. Rotate to the center of rotation, this point. First reference point, straight down. And second reference point, this end point. The same with these ones. Select the profile, rotate to the center of rotation, this end point, straight down for the first reference point and second reference point. Select the profile, rotate to the center of rotation endpoint, straight up, and that endpoint. Okay, go back to perspective, and now I'm going to delete everything that I don't need. I don't need this, so select delete, select delete, 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 this, and this as well. Okay, so now we can use loft. To use loft, it's strongly recommended to check record history first. If I don't check record history, it's not gonna be elastic. Okay, I'm showing you the difference. I'm gonna do it first without history. So I'm gonna open this menu, the surface menu, and loft is here, loft. So now it's asking select curve to loft. I'm select this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Enter twice. I have these options. I can click on shaded so I can see it better. I'm gonna click on close loft. Review. Alright, we have a ring, but what happens? If I select one of the profiles and I move it, you see it's not getting updated. So this is what it is. I can do nothing with it. I mean, I can do lots of things, but it's not getting updated. To make it so that it gets updated, I need to click on record history first. So if I'm doing it again loft, and now I select the profiles with record history on, now enter twice, and I'm doing exactly the same, okay? But just mind that record history was checked before. So now if I select the profile and I move it, everything gets updated. So imagine that now I put, for instance, scale that profile 1D. You see? Now imagine that I want to make it higher. I'm gonna scale just that profile on the top that way. Okay, now imagine that this profile I've used on the top maybe makes the whole ring to be too heavy, so I need to make it thinner. So I'm gonna select the control points on, and I'm gonna move just this control point down. So now it's much lighter. Alright? Well, so that's it. That's the end of the tutorial. Just mind that if you have any doubt or any question, write on the comments on the YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Bye bye.